It was a toss play. A toss play to the left. I got the ball. It was like a 10, 15-yard run. Got the first down, but I tried to score, I guess, or whatever. I looked over and I saw daylight over here, and I tried to cut in. But it was like a weird accident. It wasn't like I got hit really hard, it wasn't that kind of action at all. The way I was angled, there was a safety who came over, and he dove like he dove to try to tackle me. I even broke the tackle, The way I was angled, like he tapped my knee, and it just hyperextended a little bit, and I tore my ACL. It motivated me at the end of the day. I still have yet to prove what I can do, That's how I feel. Oh man, before my knee, I was Syracuse. Syracuse is number one. Penn, I had a couple letters from Penn State, other schools, other. I had a lot of schools, a lot of letters from, good schools. That was like besides the fact, I was trying to get there, more than anything. And then my injury came, and then that's how fast it got taken away from me.
The injury, it scared me. I thought, his career was over. But, like I said, he's a strong kid, a strong child, and he muscled it out.
I was just, depressed with my situation, depressed with myself, just trying to figure it out. I really enjoyed football. I felt like I didn't know. I tore my ACL, man. I stretched my MCL at that, so I actually did some pretty, bad damage to my knee at the time, and I couldn't play football.
It was kind of tough because you went from seeing this electrifying player, just knowing he was going to be electrifying his senior year, expect just high expectations, and then just to see a whole season just down the drain, the senior season, see the D1 looks. It's kind of rough.
I kept my passion with football. I really wanted to play football. I wanted to take the right route to play football. So education was number one, and when education, then football. I ended up going to Hudson Valley, after I graduated, after my knee injury. I had to go to community school to get my grades right to, play football.
And him going to college, and that was big.
I had to go the long way around, just trying to figure it out. I didn't have too many role models that took education so serious, as serious as I am today. I'm a first-generation student, so it's like I was trying to figure it out.
And him sticking through it, muscling it out, that's one thing I can say. He doesn't give up, and he stuck through it.
I can definitely say I never hear him doubt man, my knee's done, I can never play again. His biggest thing was just when can I play again? What do I have to do to play again?
Our family was just really close, really, really close. My mother's one of 14 kids, so it's just we was just raised to be close, and my grandfather was just the head of our family. He was a religious guy, he was a church guy, so it's the way he lived his life was he tried to do it the right way, he tried to live good, as much as, he basically led by example, but when he spoke, you knew that he was speaking, so he was just one of those guys where it was he was living his life, and he was the best role model to that showed us that this is what it takes to be a good person, and that's how I viewed him, he was a superhero, towards me, for me, that's how I look at him, that was my grandfather, come on, we have a huge family, how are you not gonna look at a man like that? And he died, and it was just me at, I was in a growing moment at the time, so it was like, man, my grandfather died, so I took it a little hard, so I ended up, coming home, to back home to Ithaca. I left, Hudson Valley and came home to, be with my grandfather.
The TC3 got his grades up, and eventually he got accepted into Ithaca College, which is a big stepping stone in his life.
Rakim is a local product. He's from Ithaca High School, so I had a very good knowledge of him as an athlete. Prior to that, he talked about coming to Ithaca College. He visited me more than once in my office, had a real strong desire to play at Ithaca College, but did not have the grades to be admitted. So he went to Hudson Valley Junior College, came back from there after one season. He applied, was accepted, and then he joined our football team last year. And then, of course, this year had a great season and was a big part of our success.
I applied to schools, and the schools that I applied to didn't necessarily, want me because I don't know if I didn't have the right story or whatever. I don't know. It's just part of the game, You either get into school or you don't, And me, I have a story. I have a story behind why I want to go to school as well, So I applied here to Ithaca, and it ended up working out.
To, play for a powerhouse team like Ithaca College, Ithaca College is no joke. They always play good football, and that was real big.
My hometown finally got a chance to see me play again, because playing in your hometown, it's a pressure that I never thought, would bring pressure, but it actually brought pressure to me. I actually really felt it in a spiritual way and first time ever in my life, because it's not just me believing in myself. I'm in my hometown. I'm born and raised here. My family, every time I walk around somewhere, I have, family members or people who see me grow up here, been here for a long time. Hey, Rakim, I'm up there at the games. Or I'm gonna, So it's like, you want to be like yourself. You see people believing in you the way that you've never really seen before. So that's that kind of pressure that I was going through. And then again, it's like, I felt like I finally broke through it because they finally saw it.
I've seen a big change. Tajay and seeing Rakim's picture and the interviews. And it turned a lot of youth around. A lot of youth that I didn't think that was gonna, continue their education. I've seen, if they can do it, Tajay and Rakim, and so a lot of students have, a lot of youth have really buckled down and really, got serious with, as far as their future is concerned.
It's one of those communities where like almost everybody knew each other down in the downtown area. We grew up with each other and all the extra stuff. So it's like people know who you are,
Whenever we heard like out in the town, it was just like, yo, you guys are doing it together. It was never just like, oh, Tajay's at Ithaca, Toddy's at Ithaca doing his thing. It was always, oh, Toddy's at Ithaca with Rock, Toddy and Rock are both doing it. Like, you guys are doing great things. And then like you just hear like the young kids talking about it, like, oh, like you guys are doing great. Like you and Rock are killing it. You just love to hear stuff like that.
I think any community that has one of theirs playing on your team gravitates to that. So we had a large Ithaca following with Tajay and Rakim at the games and away games and everything, which was great. We loved that.
I know I've talked to a couple kids who were they're younger, still playing high school football, who said they're like, yeah, like we're looking at Ithaca now, like this is what we want to do. Like you guys make it look fun to stay home and play sports.
I would love to play again. I would love to keep playing. And then coaching, if that comes around, if I get blessed with a good coaching job, if my educational career, leads me there, like that, hey, I don't mind it. Hey, I would love to, help young kids and, show them that this game is special. It's more than a game. Teach them how to be men, how to, come together as one to get the ultimate victory, and that's win. Once when everybody's on the same page that way, oh man, special things can happen.
Oh, he'd definitely be a great coach. Just like ways like to push people, and his motivational skills. Like he's a sociology major, so he knows how to talk to people. I think he knows people, and I think he's gonna be a great coach after this.
Kim's a great people person. I think he'd be an excellent coach. I think that if that's what he wanted to do, it's a driven profession, just like everyone else. You've got to learn the system, you've got to learn the game. But in terms of his ability to relate to people, I think he enjoys being around people. I think he would be a positive influence. I think he has worked very, very hard at it. So I think that's what I really think Rakim, if whatever passion he decides to go, is going to be successful pretty much in whatever he does, if he puts his heart and soul into it, which is an indication of what he's done over the last 2 years in terms of our football program, and being out of the game for almost 3 years and then coming back and ending up being a starting running back at Ithaca.
Personally, I don't think my football career is over. That's just what it is. But it's just, I feel like I'm just gonna continue to do my education because I have a very strong passion with my education. I have 1 more year, until I graduate. So that's just the drive, that I want to have, and then whatever happens after that, it comes. And hopefully it'll be me pursuing football again. But that's my story.